Welcome back with Cooking with Kuno. Figured today I'm going to stay on the pepper thing. Last week I think you guys liked my buffalo shrimp poppers. Today I'm going to show you how to make some hot banana peppers stuffed with Italian sausage. This time of year it's kind of tough to get good hot banana peppers, but you can still find them. And I got Italian sausage. Use whatever you want, whatever kind you want to use. You don't have to use hot banana peppers. You can use sweet banana peppers too, or whatever, but I kind of like the hot banana peppers because I marinate them in an oyster sauce, which you can find in your Oriental section of the grocery store or the specialty section. It's pretty good stuff, but it's called an oyster sauce. So what I do now, got the banana pepper, and this knife here is like a fillet knife. It's really good for getting down into the center of the peppers. So just take the top, cut it off, then you got the ribs in there like that. I just take the knife in there, just be careful you don't poke a hole in it and gouge your finger. So get all the seeds out. Then what else I do is I take the top off, the bottom, the tip off, get the tip of the knife in there, and whirl it around, because when you're stuffing the sausage in there, you want the air to get out. So it makes it easier to stuff it, a lot easier. So there we go, cut the top off. Sometimes you'll get 3 of the ribs like that. That's why it's good to have a nice little fillet knife to get in there. Get in there and cut all that stuff out of there. Because that's like I said, with the same as with these with the jalapenos. The heat is where the ribs are at. But you can always leave it in there because that oyster sauce is a little sweet. And it'll caramelize too. And when you're cooking them, I got some over there cooking right now, and I'll show you as soon as I'm done showing you how to do this. Like I said, cut the top off. Rib. And I found out the hard way about when I finally decided to cut the tip off there. Then you let the air out, because then when you're pushing the sausage in there, it's a lot easier. It lets the air out. Okay, like I said, you get any kind of Italian sausage you want. Just take it in there and just start stuffing it in there. It's a pain in the ass, but I guarantee you everybody likes it. Me and my buddy, we'd go tailgating at the Bears games. And people would see the pans cooking there and they'd stop and like, what the heck is that? And we'd tell them, they'd like, oh, I gotta have some of that, I gotta have that. And I always said my dad used to love these things. My dad just couldn't believe it. My dad find out I was making these at home, he'd be over here wanting to have some, because my dad just absolutely loved them. So actually, I'm dedicating these peppers to my dad, and in memory of my dad. So after you're stuffing them, it's very easy. See, you got to be careful too when you get blowouts like that. That's why I like to hold it like this, and you push it in there. Like I said, but that hole there in the bottom helps out a lot. Just keep pushing in there. It'll work down in there in the bottom of them. See, I'm working it down there now. Almost there. When you go to the grocery store, you'll see some peppers that got the curls on there. You don't want to buy those. You want to make sure you buy like straight, fat ones. And like I said, just keep feeding it in there. It's kind of tedious, but like I said, those buffalo shrimp poppers, you guys, you're going to love these things once you cook them. See how the sausage comes out at the bottom? You can just tear that off and or put it right back in the top. Your friends and everybody will love these things. And it's good for Super Bowl coming up. It's good to make these things. You can make them. What I do is I make these in a day in advance, because you like to marinate that sauce overnight. You make them the night before, and I guarantee if you don't tell anybody what you're making, and you pull these things out, they're gonna like, wow, what the heck are those? So put them all in a bag. Take your oyster sauce and dump it in there. Stuff's kind of thick too. It's like molasses. You know, it's real sweet. So when you're cooking them, get in there. Sometimes if you have trouble, just put a little water in there with it. Shake it around, get some of it loose. The water's all right. It's not going to hurt anything. Put it in there. And you got it in there. Swish it around right there so it gets on all the peppers. Seal it up. Put it in the fridge. let it sit overnight, and then the next day you pull it out. They're really good. Like I said, I had some cooking over here. Show you to see what they look like when they're done. They're pretty tasty. So what I do is see how it caramelizes like that in their pan. If it starts getting a little too thick for you because the caramelization from the oyster sauce is thick, I usually just dump a little beer in there. Whatever kind of beer you want to use, that doesn't matter. So once you're done, get them out, cut them up, little bite-sized pieces. And you can dump some of the sauce on there too if you like. You know, you can use the sauce as like a little dipping sauce in there. Just spoon some of it out, put it on top of there like that. And there. Sometimes I don't want to get that big of a bite. Another thing about these banana peppers too, man, that is good stuff. Also take those banana peppers, instead of putting it on a BLT, instead of using lettuce, cut one of those banana peppers and put it on your BLT. Talk about taking that to the next level. And there we go. I hope you like those banana peppers. I'm sure you will, because everybody I've talked to and made them for, they can't wait till I make them. So again, take it easy. Here we are. That's a wrap. Cooking with Kuno. Thanks again.